reading I have today is called Special Bank Account. It says, imagine you had a bank account that deposited $86,000 each morning. The account carries over no balance from day to day, allows you to keep no cash balance, and every evening cancels whatever part of the amount you had failed to use during the day. What would you do? You would draw out every dollar each day. Well, we all have such a bank. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever time you have failed to use wisely. It carries over no balance from day to day. It allows no overdraft, so you can't borrow against yourself or use more time than you have. Each day, the account starts fresh. Each night, it destroys any unused time. If you fail to use the day's deposit, it's your loss and you can't appeal to get it back. There is never any borrowing time. You can't take a loan out on your time or against someone else's. The time you have is the time you have, and that is that. Time management is yours to decide how you spend the time. Just as with money, you decide how you spend the money. It is never the case of us not having enough time to do things, but the case of whether we want to do them and where they fall in our priorities.
Really got me thinking a lot last night when I got home about what are our lives. Our lives generally, at least the way I look at it a lot of time, is the moment of crisis, right? What's going on that's upsetting us? What's happening in our life that we don't want anymore? What's going on in a way of the information or the way something is happening or the way somebody is being that we are looking and saying, this is my life. How many times, I don't know about you, but I've said that this is my life, like that. And then I have to take a look at it. I have to take a step back and I have to look and say, that's that moment of life. It's not all of life. It may feel like all of life in that moment of time if you're going through something very difficult. But if we link together moments of our life, it's another moment. It's another piece, it's another part, but it is not our entire life. And the other thing that kind of was an aha moment for me after yesterday afternoon, looking at that, in that theory of we have moments that string together for our life, that at any moment, we can make a different choice. We can look at something differently. We can put up a boundary if that's what's needed. We can take down a boundary if that's what's needed. We can hold our hand out to somebody and say, I know I wasn't around so much lately, but here I am. We can hug somebody. We can be angry at somebody if we've been holding that in for so long and not expressing what our emotion is. We can do all these things in a moment. And again, if you're like me in some of these moments, we sit and we think about it to nausea, right? We think and we think and we think and we look at it from this direction, from that direction. And in all of that time, are we actually doing anything about it? No, we're thinking and not doing. And in order to change anything in our lives, whatever that is, whatever it is, how small it is, how big it is, to change anything in our lives requires action. It requires us, yes, maybe to think about it, yes, maybe to plan something out, But how many times when we plan something out, does it actually go that way? Not often, maybe once in a while. But thinking about what is it that we want our next moment in this life to be. And if we can look at it from what do we want and take the action towards what do we want, then do we have the opportunity, I hope so, do we have the opportunity then to create that next moment? And is that next moment what we want? And guess what? We have the opportunity, if it's not, to create another one. A moment to moment, rather than looking at something as all of our life. And if we can break it down to, we've got this opportunity, we have this choice, we have this chance, we have this decision, as those moments, then we have how many opportunities every given day, every given week, every given month, every given year. How many opportunities do we have to change something? There's a lot more than I think we give ourselves credit for. Because again, we look at it as this is my life. I'm having a tough time right now. This is my life. I had a fight with that person. This is my life. I'm exhausted from work. This is my life. I'm happy with everything. This is my life. But again, it's not the whole thing. It's a snapshot in time. It's one of those pictures that we get to look at and remember, but it doesn't necessarily define who we are. So can we make wrong decisions? Absolutely. Can we make poor choices? Absolutely. Can we do things sometimes in a moment of anger or frustration that we say something that is not who we normally are? Absolutely. But guess what? We're human. Guess what? We get the next moment to make a different choice. So when we get stuck, how many people feel sometimes like it's Groundhog Day? Right? Right? Vicky's got two hands up here. Right? Did you ever see that movie Groundhog Day? Way back when. I don't know when that was, but it was way back when. But where the same day is like relived and relived and relived. And we get into that mode of this is my life. We get into that mode of, can't I change out of this? Why am I doing the same decision? Why am I making the same decision? What's going on? And sometimes we get stuck in the Groundhog Day. We all do. If we can recognize we're stuck in the Groundhog Day, then guess what? We can make a different choice. Now, what keeps us from making a different choice? Usually fear, because you don't know if you make a different choice if it's going to be any better. Sometimes we get stuck and our mind pattern stays the same. So the only solution we see is the same groundhog solution over and over and over and over again. But again, if we recognize that, then we have the opportunity to think outside of that groundhog box. And guess what? There's another moment. And what's to me is so interesting about that another moment is that if we make a mistake, if we make a difficult or a bad choice for ourselves, we only have one little step back to that previous moment to restart in a different direction. So it's not going back to when I was 3 years old and I had the trauma of my ballet shoe flying off my foot into the audience. That did happen, by the way. And it was a trauma at the time. But I don't have to go back and say, oh my gosh, that's what started and this is why I'm there. I can look at it and say, this is where I am. I no longer want to be in this moment. Let me take a step forward into the next moment. Do I know what's coming? No. But do I have options, chances, opportunities in that next moment to make a different decision? Yes. So these moments of time are linked together from birth to physical death to spirit world. So if you guys think you're getting out of this when you die, guess what? You still have those moments. You still have that opportunity of choice, of learning, of growth. I feel sorry for people who think that when we die, we're done, right? Lights out, boxes closed, whatever's going on, done. I feel sorry for people who think that when you, after you've died, you go to heaven and what do? You rest easy. Float on a cloud, play a harp, whatever those images were that was given to us as younger people. Because the spirit world is an active world. It's an intelligent world. It's a vibration that we move into that, guess what? We have to make choices. We have opportunity of growth. We have opportunity of resolution, of change, of all of those things that we battle sometimes on this vibrational plane. Guess what? It's still there for you. When we cross that threshold that we consider physical death, do we sprout wings? Somebody walk by from Amazon and give us the harp? The spirit world Amazon, do they like drop that by? Do we live and speak and stay happily ever after? I hope not. Because what I know from the spirit world is that we get to continue to grow. We get to continue to expand, to think, to be. And if we haven't figured it out here, we get to figure it out or have the opportunity to figure it out there. So if you think, because I say this to myself a lot, I talk to myself a lot, which is really scary, but I am Gemini, so I think sometimes that has something to do with it. But if we think we can just push our problems, our difficulties into some kind of container, and that's where they stay, they don't. They don't, because they're right there for us to look at. What is the next moment? What do I do in this next moment? What can I change? What don't I want to change? What is the opportunity in this next moment? So the moments continue. The string of moments continue. And we have to decide for ourselves, what is the best thing for us in that moment? And if it's great, terrific. Live it up. If you're on a cruise in Bermuda and that's your moment, Jody, you live it up. You have a great time.
I did.
Good. And then when you get back to the world, what happens?
Oh, I want to go back.
Why? Because it's not the real world.
It's true. Yeah.
It's not where that moment is being repeated every day when you have to get up for work, when you have to deal with family, when you have to deal with problems. We all want to be in Bermuda.
It's a break.
It's a break.
And it's a nice break.
It's a nice break, and it's a nice moment.
Yeah.
And you can bring that back into your thoughts as you need to.
Every day.
But again, it's when we get back into what is the difficulty? What do we do? So I love, Deb, that fact that you picked that reading for today, that you could actually get on technology and do that for us today. And I appreciate the words to One Moment in Time in that song, because again, if we can look at it, it's one moment, not our whole life. Right now is a snapshot, a moment that we can hold on to or let go of. And every moment from here on is the same thing. Do we hold it? Is it like a rope in the water that we have to hang on to with all of our life? Can we let it go? Can we make a different decision? Absolutely.